Alright, that was a little odd. I've never had my internet just die out like that before. But I'm gonna give it a second here for me just to make sure that the stream is working again. Okay. I think it's good. Yeah, sorry about that. I've never had, it's been months, if ever, since my internet just completely died like that. So that was odd. Yeah, it should be fine now. I have a good connection. It just completely died. But anyway, I believe I was about to go to the TV room to show I updated some of the lighting. So I'm actually just going to take the elevator there because it's faster. TV room. So yeah, this is the new TV room. It's much brighter. Much brighter than the old one. I basically put a light block on every single block to try to get it as bright as it could be, like the movie. So it's a huge improvement, and then it also allowed me to get rid of all the carpets and all the lights in the ceiling. So, huge shout out to his name is, YouTube channel name is Razorholic, for mentioning that to me. Something I just never knew about the light blocks. I actually went back and I replaced all the areas that had carpeted lights. I replaced all of them with light blocks. Not all of them are obviously this bright, but I was able to hide all the lights. So I'm pretty happy with how this looks. The goggles, yeah. This skin is so old. I've been using this skin for probably over 10 years, and I don't know. I've kind of like never really been a fan of the goggles that he wears. Yeah, that's in hindsight. That would have been funny. Yeah, I should have. Maybe when I remake the video, whenever that is, I'll try to remember to do that. But anyway, so to get back to where we were, the closest area would be the main corridor. I have almost none of the elevator stops wired up yet. So I only have a few areas I can go to around the factory until every room gets theirs hooked up. If for some reason the internet dies again, I'm not expecting it to, but if it does, I'll probably just be calling it a day for the stream and do another one either later tonight or probably more likely I'll do another one tomorrow afternoon. But yeah, so what was I doing? I was working on this. But yeah, if there's like any other areas or something that you want to see, I mean, I'm always willing to take a little detour and go do that. My favorite thing about building this is like finding people that are also interested in it to talk to about, because most of my IRL, like, you know, like none of my friends are as obsessed with this movie as I am, so the people that I meet on the Planet Minecraft and on YouTube, I always try to find an excuse to talk about this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's actually funny timing that you were watching them right as I went live. And I am 24. About to be 25 in a few months. I've been trying to make a recreation of this since I was probably 14. Just so happens this is the first time I ever got it to be basically complete. Wait a minute, I do not want to do that actually. Oh, that looks kind of neat. Appreciate it. I want to think about this a little bit before I jump ahead. I shouldn't have been putting these here. I meant to be putting them on top. Yeah, like that. I don't know what I was doing. Alright. Try collaborating. Yeah, that's fair, you know. Everyone's a kid at some point. I probably had similar ambitions when I was that age. Alright. So, like I think I talked about earlier, I'm going to have different lighting features in these rings later. And there will be a larger central pillar in the center that will have more lighting features in it. Oh yeah, I remember, yeah, he commented on some of my Planet Minecraft stuff. He makes some nice stuff, though. I'm still looking forward to whatever they end up making, because, I would like to see another completed build on YouTube or Planet Minecraft or whatever, you know? That's pretty neat. That's something I'm surprised. I feel like it wasn't an adventure map maybe over 5 years ago. I haven't been able to find it since, but there was a map on Planet Minecraft, and there were some YouTubers who made videos on it where it was like a hide and seek, I think, Willy Wonka Minecraft map. I don't know why I just built this. This is gonna get in the way. And I thought that was pretty cool, but I haven't seen it or find anything on it in years. But an adventure map is definitely interesting. Eventually, I want to get the whole town built, like in front of the factory here. And in my own mind, I was like, I could do some adventure map things. I can make it be like you have to actually go buy a chocolate bar to unlock the factory gates. But I don't think I'm going to do any of that. I'm just going to treat it more as a 3D art map and build the town with not any roleplay stuff in it. That's just not in my wheelhouse. I don't know enough about that kind of stuff to make it good. Alright, so I need to... The next thing I want to do is I want to put in like these 4 like kind of like tree trunk looking things that come in on every side and go up like that. Yeah, that's I also like when people make their own interpretations of it. There's a few of them out there that are pretty good. But you know, if I ever had if you ever continued it or whatever, yeah, just let me know. Barring on how what my schedule looks like, I'd be interested on giving a hand in it. It's hard for me to talk too far in the future though, because my schedule can be sort of erratic. So I can't really make any commitments now, but it's something that I'm definitely would be open to. I think I want to use a different color block for this. Maybe. I'm thinking maybe some gray concrete. I'm also thinking it might be cool if I use like maybe like a blue block. No, I think I'll stick with this. But yeah, whenever he commented on my post about some of the proportions being wrong, he wasn't wrong on some of the stuff he was saying. The only thing I disagreed with was the main chimney. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out, but the other thing he mentioned was it's definitely not 100% accurate. I'm just too lazy to go back and fix it. Okay, I want it to come out a little bit. Yeah, sure. I won't be able to do that for a while. I'm going to be... I pretty much won't be able to do anything for the next few weeks. I'm actually going in for a medical procedure coming up pretty soon. So I'll be recovering from that for a few weeks. So like I won't be doing anything. I'll just be like recovering. So that'll be like, it would be a month or whatever before I'd be able to do that. But I'm definitely down to, at some time whenever I'm able. Let's see. I wanna think smartly about how I want to do this. Alright, I'm gonna scrap that for now. I just want to follow the edge of the building instead. Oh yeah, it's nothing like bad at all. It's just something that I have to get done. It'll just leave me like kind of like MIA for a while. That's why I'm doing so many streams this week and trying to do get a lot of progress done. It's because I'll be unable to for probably like at least 2 weeks, more likely 3 weeks. All right. No, I don't want that. I'm a very, I kind of build slowly, so that's why I do this in live stream format, because I think it would be impossible for me to make an interesting video out of this stuff. No, you're fine. I just have my chat off on my other monitor, so I'm able to just casually glance at it. I enjoy talking to people in chat. It makes it more interesting. But yeah, college can be a grind for sure. Been there, done that. Although it's not as bad as people, in my experience, it's not as bad as people say, I don't think. Depends what your major is, obviously. I will clean this up later. I'm just trying to get the general like skeleton in, but I know it looks pretty rough right now. You know what, actually, just had an idea. I'm gonna make this a little bit wider. Oh wow. When does it start over there? In America, it usually starts like the 3rd week of August. I want to make these. I want to put some depth in here. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean over here it's very uncommon if you're in college any earlier than the age of 18. You'd have to have skipped a grade or something like that, or be like the absolute youngest person in the class. That's pretty neat. I never knew that, to be honest. Basically what I'm doing is I want to get all 4 of these built, and then I can start making adjustments once I see how it looks all together. I just want to make sure I get these right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Whoop, I already did that. Nah, usually for stuff like this, I don't end up copying and rotating, just because I actually enjoy it. The really, I don't know how to describe it. I want to say the really repetitive things I always use World Edit for, even though this would be classified as repetitive. Um, but I like doing it, so that's why I do it by hand. When I was live streaming last week and on Sunday, I was working on the drink fizzery room, and that took a lot of World Edit. I had to make the same thing. I needed 7 of them. So I built one from hand, and then I, copied in the rest. I made that too tall, didn't I? 3, 4. Yeah, I did. Did I do that to this one too? 3, 4. No. I did it again. Damn. Forgot how to count today. And now I can't see what I'm doing. Alright. Does that kind of add like a, well, I'm guessing based off the description, like a fake sky or like a skybox or something like that? But yeah, I'll look into it. I'm always open to new ideas. I actually, the Fudge Mountain room is probably, yeah, it's definitely next on the list of rooms that require a renovation. I was never happy with it from the moment it was finished. I needed to get it done so I can make my video. I have a significantly better approach on how I'm gonna make the new one. I'm gonna completely redo it. Like, the room will stay, but the mountain itself is gonna be completely deleted and redone. It's kind of weird. I mean, I've been working on this map for about 8 months ish, and almost every room in the movie that's represented from the movie has been completely renovated already. At the time, I was like, oh, this looks great, and then something gets suggested, or I come up with a new idea to make it better, and it has to get rebuilt. The only one that really hasn't been rebuilt is the inventing room. But I have some ideas for some interactive elements that I want to add in there. I will be right back. Alrighty. Okay. So another thing I'm going to do as this goes up higher, there's going to be some rings of the same color that go around the whole thing. Star Labs, yeah. In one of my previous live streams, me and a few people in the chat were brainstorming some ideas for what the engine room could be. I decided to settle on basically a power plant. But I think I'm probably just gonna continue going up. Yeah. Because this isn't really the main like feature of this build. This really is like an accent piece. So I'm not too focused, or I'm not too worried about it too much. Yeah, it'll be like a cartoony / futuristic reactor looking thing. What do I think of the original Willy Wonka movie? I enjoy it. When I was younger, I actually preferred. Well, when I was a little kid, I was like, when the 2005 movie came out, I was like 5, I think. I was 5 or 6. So I always preferred the 2005 movie as a young kid. And then when I was a teenager, I actually preferred the 70s movie more. But for a while now, I prefer the 2005 film. But I still like the original. I can't really say anything bad about it. And I've made recreations of that factory before, but I'm not really interested in making a version of it in Minecraft anytime soon. Just because of the time the movie was made and the resources they had, you know. They were limited on what they can do, and it would be kind of limiting. It would be kind of limiting on like what I could add in. Like it would feel weird if I added in all of these rooms into like a 70s movie. Even if I made it in the 70s aesthetic, I feel like it just wouldn't feel right. There are some people who have done it, and it looks pretty cool. It's just I don't think it's really suited for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Because when I set out to build this map, when I started it last September, I always had in mind that I wanted to add in these additional rooms because it would make it different from all the other versions. Because if I didn't do it, it would sort of just feel like any other recreation. And the only way that I could make it stand out is if I, like, you know, just really tried hard to make the scenes look as best as possible, which I feel like I've done anyway. So this is just, I guess, like the cherry on top. I am actually going to copy and paste these ones in, because I don't feel like making them everywhere. Well, I don't need to do that. Alright. Rotate. Whoops. I already forget which block I was standing on. I think it's this one. Yes. All right. Apparently, since I've started, you know, making videos or posting about my build, early on, I got most of the comments or anything where I'm playing on Minecraft. I've had a few people reach out to me. A few people have asked me, like, for permission to, you know, put rooms in their own factory, and I would never. There's no reason that I have to get permission on that. It's not like I'm the first person who ever thought of it. So I welcome people to do this if they have a factory of their own. It's like one of the coolest things you could do. There's really no limit. Yeah, that's a fair statement. I think a lot of people feel that way. 'Cause the 2005 version definitely. See, to me, I do like the look of it, and I still get the same feeling of, like, joy from it. But I know it's objectively just a very cold looking place, and the color palette they used mixed with the like filters they use on the cameras, like, it just feels very cold and sort of unwelcoming, which is oddly the reason that I like it. Alright, so I think I want to space these out here. I want at least two rings that go around. 1, 2, 3. I think that'll be good. I'll have every fourth one, and then I'll add on, like, one more on tops. Yeah. Yeah, something that I've been waiting for somebody to make is the factory, but where the exterior is from the flashbacks, which I guess everyone sort of unintentionally did before, you know, the deep slate was added. Because when everybody was using stone bricks, it kind of unintentionally made it look like the flashbacks, but now that the deep slate is added, I only build it with deep slate, so it looks weathered. But yeah, the snow, I could go without the snow. Just for the sake of accuracy, I added the snow into mine. It's the first time I ever did that, though. But ever since deep slate was added, I just can't make myself use stone bricks. It looks too bright. Okay. You know what, no, I'm gonna use white concrete for these. I'm gonna at least try to see. Oh, that I need to make that a little bit smaller. I want to see how the white, yeah, because I need to carry the white through the rest of the build a little bit. You know what? I'm gonna put some glass in here in the middle. So is this 5? Yeah. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, it is. I'm gonna make that level glass. Damn. Yeah. I was debating sinking it in a block, but because I didn't do that down here, I want it to look consistent. What the hell? Alright. Oh wait, no, it is the white. I was like, why isn't the gray showing up? I hate it. I'm gonna make these only 3 thick instead of 5. So the glass could have stayed, but this is basically how I do everything. I just do it on trial and error. In fact, I'm going to do what I just said I wasn't. I'm gonna sink this in by 1. And then the white on top will be out by 1. No, I need a... Yeah. There we go. I've never used the Essentials mod. I'm not sure if I've even ever heard of it. Basically a robust way. Oh, that's interesting. What I might do... I used to play the 360 edition when it first came out, like the exact day that it launched for the 360. That's what my friends and I played on exclusively for probably 2 or 3 years, and then we all decided to play on PC when we got better computers. Yeah, I'm liking how this is turning out. I'll just go back and delete those later. Looking back on it though, the 360 version, back way before Bedrock Edition was a thing, it was really rough, but we loved it. We never understood why people complained that the world limit was so small on the 360. All the PC players were like, why does it matter? There's no way that you would ever need that much space. And looking back on it, if I wanted to build this map, just this build, it wouldn't even fit on a 360 edition map. I much prefer PC aesthetics, but the 360 is very nostalgic to me. So it'll always have a special place, but I would never choose it. I know there's a lot of, well, not a lot, but there's a few mods out there that recreate the aesthetic. I think they're cool. I just watched a video on one yesterday, actually. But they're not really for me. Before the 360 edition even launched, like, it was a pretty hyped thing. I think, was it 2011? Whatever year it was very hyped, and, you know, everybody was, like, following the news about it, like, the release dates and, like, all the rumors. And I remember that, a rumor went around that they were going to add a new mob exclusively for the 360 edition. And it was a monster mob that was a red ring for the Red Ring of Death. And my friends and I, we totally believed it. We were like, oh, that's going to be so cool. You know, no logical thinking behind it whatsoever. Like, obviously Microsoft would be okay with that happening. It was funny. It would have been interesting if that was actually real. Maybe there's a mod for it out there, who knows. It would have been really funny too. I don't know how they would have executed it. I guess sort of like a Blaze, but just a red circle. So I think I want to cover these. Yeah, I'm going to cover these up. I know I could just spawn this circle in, but I don't feel like it. Unfortunate thing is I'm going to have to redo this by hand up further because it's going to be a different dimension. The lighting I do in here will be the absolute last thing that gets done, probably. PS3. One of my friends who was a PS3 player exclusively, like all of my friends, we were all Xbox, and only one of them, he didn't have an Xbox, he's exclusively PS3. And if I remember correctly, I don't think it launched on PlayStation the same time as Xbox. I think it came like a few years later. So we playfully bullied my friend, who was always a PlayStation guy, to get an Xbox so he could play with us. I will be right back in a few minutes. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, I eventually... So I was always Xbox. During that generation of consoles, I ended up towards the end of the PS3's life getting a PlayStation because I wanted to just give it a try. I could just never get into it, mainly because the like online features. Like I just loved Xbox Live Party Chat and all that stuff, and it was just so seamless how to play games with your friends. It was just more difficult on PS3, but ever since then I have a PS4. I also have an Xbox One. I don't really ever play them. Basically, right after that generation ended, I switched over to PC almost exclusively. And I don't have a PS5 or an Xbox One X, but I'll probably get a PS5 eventually. Let me make sure that this is still working. Alright, sorry about that. So yeah, I want to do the same thing basically right there. So let me just... It was every fourth one, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the top one, alright. Well, I guess I should be 12, 14, 15. Okay. For Spider-Man 2, yeah. That's actually, so I had a PS4 and then I sold it because I just didn't really play it. When Spider-Man PS4 came out, I bought it was when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out. I bought a PS4 just to play that. Also for Spider-Man because it was very similar in launch days. And then I'll probably be getting a PS5 exclusively just to play GTA 6 because that's not launching on PC to start. Sadly. I keep doing that. I need to go one less. Oh wait, no, I forgot. I did the exact same thing I did last time. I need it to be, yeah, only 3 wide. Light blue, 14. Whoops. 13 is what I meant. And white, 14. Damn. Really having a rough go here. Alright. Yeah, it's not launching on the same. It'll be coming to PC eventually, but launch day is only PS5 and Xbox Series X, whatever it's called. Unless they change that. At least that's what the deal was when the trailer came out. I haven't really been following any news since then, but I don't think they've gone back on that. That's how it was. That's how they do all their games, Rockstar, for some reason. I'm sure it's to speed up development time, because then they can just code for two, well, with Xbox having two systems, so that would be 3 platforms. Instead of having to make your game compatible with, you know, all the hardware of PC. It's just too bad, because I'm really not looking forward to playing a game at 30 FPS again. So I'll probably get a PS5 when the price drops. When the PS5 Pro comes out. I'm not someone who needs my consoles to be a performance machine. So I'll just get a regular PS5 because they'll definitely lower the price. Although, if the PS5 Pro means that GTA 6 will play at 60 FPS, that might be worth the investment. My specs are, I have an i5-13400 just because when I built this computer last summer, I had zero intentions of content creation, and for the games I played, an i5 is plenty good enough. If I knew I was going to be doing some live streaming and video editing, I would have went with an i7 family. And then I have a 3080 because I got it used on eBay for $250. And that deal was just too good to pass up. I've been thinking about maybe doing a little PC refresh in probably realistically in the next year. The i5 has been fine so far. But I know that things could be better. I used to always be someone who... I used to always go with i7s at least. But when I built this PC last summer, since I'm an adult that has responsibilities now, unlike the other times when I built computers where I was still a teenager and I didn't have to worry about anything. It was just, you know, disposable income. I would go all out, but now that I have, like, to be responsible, I stepped back a little bit when I built this PC. You're an AMD guy? Yeah, my friends, I have like, well, all of my friends have custom PCs, but I, like, for all of them but 2, I have been the one who built them for them. Because that's just, like, that's a hobby of mine. But my 2 friends who build their own PCs, they're AMD guys for processors. And one of them's even an AMD guy for a GPU, which AMD is kind of, or NVIDIA is kind of a scummy company, so I can't blame them for that. I've just never, there's nothing wrong with AMD processors. I've just always been an Intel person. and I haven't really had a reason to switch from Intel. Every time I build a new PC, though, I'm like, should I do AMD or Intel? I always do my research, and then usually for the price range that I'm shopping in, Intel is usually the better option, but not always. My last PC I had, it was rocking an Intel i7 8700, so it's kind of out. I mean, by last year it was pretty outdated. But when that was built, there was really, like, back then, Intel was still like the top dog for gaming. But this time around, I just stuck with Intel because I'm used to it. My 8700 was actually awesome. In fact, that's like regarded, I think, as one of the, is still as like a highly regarded CPU for the time it was made, for the cost of performance. In fact, it was still so good that a few months ago I built a work PC for my girlfriend to use, and it's been great for that. It's not really that great for gaming anymore, but you know, for work it's good. And no, I'm not serious about content creation. It's just this kind of casual stuff. But like my CPU, like I wouldn't go any lower than what I have now to do the things that I'm doing, even though it's very casual. Over a year ago, like 2 years ago, up until like last summer, I had another channel, YouTube channel, on a completely different topic that has since been abandoned, so I'm not going to say the name of it. But I was more serious about that, and like I had a lot more viewers, and compared to what I have now, I had significantly more subscribers. So I was more serious about that, and I was doing a lot of video editing on my 8700, and it was really starting to slow down. So I built this PC, and for a few months I was using this processor, this PC, to edit those videos, and then I just quit. But it really worked out well. This thing handled the video editing no problem. But my friends with AMD love it. They love their AMD. They keep trying to convince me to switch over. Ah, crap. I realize I keep going in a circle doing this. That's because I'm talking at the same time and I'm not focusing, so I need to just go through here and focus. But I think I got it all how I want. Yeah. The 3800X, I'm not as familiar with the naming conventions for AMD, but if I remember correctly, that's a pretty good processor. Yeah, don't worry about it, dude. You're fine. Alright, got that done. I just need to do the top real quick and then see if there's anything else I want to add to these, but probably not. Yeah, I like how those rings look. I think it complements the base well. I do want to add one or two more of these, whatever they're called, like arms on every side. And then, well, for now, I'll just leave it like here. I'll do like a little, I have some things I want to add to these to put some more detail into them. For right now, I'm just trying to get the shape. Oh yeah, thanks for the compliment. And yeah, don't worry. I'm probably not going to be streaming too much longer, but I'm almost certain I'll be doing another stream tomorrow afternoon, my time. So I'm in U.S. Eastern Zone time. So I'll be streaming tomorrow afternoon for me, my time most likely. But probably not going to do too much more today. I've already been playing for a few hours. I usually do pretty short sessions these days. I'm not really built for the 5-hour long marathons anymore. Yeah, definitely. Once I'm done here, I'll add you on there. Damn bird right outside my window. Yeah, you as well. It was nice chatting to you. Alright, so I want to add a little bit of something to these so they're not just gray. I might do something as simple as just a little light, because I would like to do some more detailed stuff, but I really am trying to keep it in theme with the 2005 movie, and less is more. I wouldn't be against just like a little, some pointless windows. For right now, I'll just use a frog light. Oh, well. Something I was thinking of doing is doing this on the inside as well. I'm not sure how that'll look. Kind of like that. Thank you. Yeah, thanks. I'm happy with how it's turning out as well. I'm kind of just making it up on the fly. The only thing that I had planned was that I definitely wanted a base that had something with rings. And then there will be something in the center that goes up through the middle. But I would love... Well, wait, actually, would this work? I don't think this is going to work. In fact, I know it's not going to work. I don't even know why I'm trying it. As soon as I put that in, it's going to get rid of it. But what I can... Oh, well, I'm dumb. I could just do that. It ain't much, but it's something. I apologize if the stream has been buffering for a little bit. Today I've been having a little bit of weird internet issues that I've never had before. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. But I apologize if it was looking a little choppy. Seems to be okay now though. Okay, so I don't want this to be on every single window, or every single little section, whatever you want to call it. Every other one might look cool. Oh right, this one is a little bit different because of this thing. I'll mess with that later. Yeah, I like how that looks. I might go back another time and do something else with this a little bit. Maybe put in some type of pattern with some more white concrete. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up. I'm going to do what I just did to the front and back of these 4 things. And then that'll probably be it for today. I think that would be a really good stopping point. I got actually more done than I was expecting to today. So I'm pretty pleased. I think I'm gonna... actually close this off. Yeah, that looks better than this just continuing. And then I'll worry about all that. Oh, actually, no. I can just do that. Yes. So then the back, I don't want the window showing through the back. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Hindsight, I wish I would have done this first before I copy and pasted these everywhere. But oh well. Not realize that was... I'll probably end up just getting rid of the windows here. in this little spot later. So I'm just gonna ignore that for now. Is there a reason that was there? Which one did I do already? I need to make sure that I did this right up here. No. I thought I forgot about it, which I did. And I didn't do this up here either. Okay, now that looks better. Just two more. Yeah, after I finish this, so I think what I'll do for, like, my plan for tomorrow is to continue work on this room, obviously. I doubt that I'm gonna get it finished, but I think I can get it pretty far along. I'm hoping that by the end of tomorrow I at least get this entire middle part done, and then that will just leave the additional things that I'm gonna put in the corner of, well, every corner. I'm not sure yet what that's gonna be. I haven't really thought about it because it wasn't my original plan to put those there. But I'll come up with some type of machinery to keep over there. And then I still need to think of one more room to put in the Chocolate River from the list that is available online from the concept art. There's like 490 of them. So the way I came about doing this room was from a suggestion from the chat. So if anyone watching either live now or after the fact, if anyone's watching this part on YouTube, like the recording of it, I mean, I'm welcome to any suggestions for a room, because I do not have one picked out. Okay. Not gonna worry about those windows right now. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it. Alright, so I'm gonna delete the sea lanterns around here, just so I can kind of get a good feel for the whole thing without these blocks in the way. Alright, I'm pretty pleased with it so far. It'll look better once I have some flashing lights going off inside of these rings where the glass is, so obviously it's dark right now. But overall, I think it's looking pretty solid. I definitely think these arms could use a little bit more, I don't want to say color, but they could use some more detail on them. So I'll come up with something for that. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with what I got done today. When we started, there was literally nothing here, so the whole room was built, floor, the base, the arms, the rings, in just a few hours work, so I am quite pleased. Yeah. So that's pretty much gonna do it for this stream. I do plan to stream tomorrow afternoon, probably similar to how I did today. After, probably like around 1 o'clock, 12, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, something like that when I'll start. So yeah, if you're interested, keep an eye out for that tomorrow. That's US Eastern Time, by the way. And yeah, we'll pretty much just continue with where we left off. I appreciate everyone who was talking in the chat today. It was definitely fun being able to talk while I was working to people other than just like myself. And if you're watching this as a replay on YouTube, I appreciate you watching and sticking around. So I'll see you in the next one, and thanks for watching.